We're gonna be talking about K-pop unpopular okay. We're gonna be talking about K-pop unpopular opinions, and I'm getting these off Reddit because Reddit is the best place for discussion. Oh, I hope it is. We're just gonna scroll through Reddit, and then we're just gonna enjoy the chaotic mess that is K-pop unpopular opinion in Reddit. Hating on K-pop makes you racist. Well, that's a very open opinion. Well, hate isn't really a right word you should use, I guess, because K-pop is a genre of music, and if you don't like that genre of music, then you just don't like it. I don't see how that would make you racist, but like if you're disrespecting the people, like the K-pop idols, you're insulting their culture, and calling them gay and everything. But if you just don't like the music, I don't get why you will be racist, because like if you just don't like the music and you don't support K-pop, you're fine. That doesn't make you racist. But if you're like insulting the idols multiple times, then yeah, I can see why this opinion is somewhat true. It's like it depends on the situation. A cry for me is better than I can't stop me. Well, it's based on, I guess, your preference of music. But I would say that I don't know, I Can't Stop Me and Cry For Me both are like really iconic songs. But I tend to find myself listening to Cry For Me more because I feel like the song just hits different. But I Can't Stop Me itself is a great song. It's just, I feel like it's just based on preference. Cause it's just based on what you like. I like Cry For Me, it just shows the member vocals more. But I Can't Stop Me is like a very high pitched song. Red Velvet are the best girl group. I don't think the best girl group is the right word because every group is like special in their own way. If you say one group's better than other, especially they're the best, like the best girl group ever. And I don't think that's a really right opinion to have because every group have their own preference, and Red Velvet really have good songs. So I find myself listening to Red Velvet songs a lot. So I can see why this is true, but I wouldn't say they're the best girl group, like the best girl group ever created. Because more girl group will be coming out, and then you're gonna like the girl group more. So Red Velvet is one of the greatest girl group. Big Hit is money hungry. As an army, I would say that's somewhat true because Big Hit, they don't really know what they're doing. Like, in my opinion, they don't know what they're doing. Like, we didn't have subtitles on Bangtan Bombs for like forever, and they finally added it. But like, they only added it because BTS started breaking into America. But like, those times in like 2017, 2018, they didn't have subtitles. Like, even though BTS breaking into America, like, they don't know what they're doing. And yes, I do agree that the prices of the merchandise are way too high. But like sometimes it's reasonable, but then sometimes it doesn't make sense, you know? Like the Map of the Soul one concert, the tickets doesn't make sense because there's like so many different type. It just, I wouldn't say they're money hungry. They just needed to make money. Cause especially with Island wasn't a great show, okay? But then, to the point where Big Hit was shipping water. They were shipping water across the country. Isn't that like a bit whack, don't you think? But hey, whatever they're doing, BTS is paving the way, so good job, Big Hit, question mark? Too many groups are called underrated or mistreated when they aren't. Yes. This is so true. They're like people are using the word underrated and mistreated so much that those groups lost the meaning. Like those words just lost the meaning. Because mistreated does not mean not having enough lines, not having enough screen time. that isn't mistreated, okay? Mistreated is when like the members is legit being pushed back by the company not letting shine. People say Jisoo is mistreated, but I wanna say Jisoo is mistreated. Yes, she doesn't get a lot of lines compared to the other members of Blackpink, but she is starting her own K-drama right now, I'm pretty sure. Like Jisoo is still popular herself. Like people know who she is. She isn't mistreated. If she's mistreated, we would know nothing about Jisoo. But she isn't. Like in her songs, she didn't get that much lines and screen time, but the fans know who she is and appreciate her and know who she is like really well. But like her lines make more sense than idols who are like mistreated. Underrated, yes, underrated is being like being used way too much. Like people say like Luna, Dreamcatcher, those groups are not underrated. If they're underrated, you wouldn't know about them. Like they're not underrated. If they're underrated, you would never heard the group name ever before. But you heard the group name, it's like if groups are like being called underrated, they don't have that much fan. They just have people know, oh, they're underrated. That's all. No one really care about them anymore. They just know the group is underrated. So I wouldn't call a group underrated because it's just gonna lose the meaning of the word, especially mistreated. So keep that in mind. BTS is one, if not one of the most overrated group as of right now. Well, again, I feel like overrated isn't a word. I feel like overrated isn't something you should use to describe a group. They work really hard, they train for years and years. They put in the same amount of effort as every other single idol. I feel like you shouldn't call them overrated because overrated isn't something I would use to describe a group because like you're just like pushing back how much hard work they put. Like you're just saying their hard work years doesn't matter. But I get why some people might say this because BTS does do a lot of concepts that when other groups do it, they don't have that much attention. Like they don't get that much appreciation as BTS. This one should not be a permanent group. That's actually an opinion that I did not expect. Because I really want IZ*ONE to be a permanent group because look at the group success right now. They're like monster rookies. They're breaking records. But I can see why you don't want them to be a permanent group. Like, cause when the group disbands, the members themselves will do other things. I understand why. Because Mnet is just like they make a group and then they just debut at those groups. But then those members will get the fame from those groups and move on their separate ways. But what we see with IOI, that didn't really happen to the members. Like all the members in IOI debut like solo group, but they never experienced the same success that they did as IOI. So I don't think they should be like I don't think they should not be a permanent group because I feel like the members all together will be like a really good because we already like IZ*ONE as they is right now based on their members, the numbers and everything. So I feel like they should be a permanent group, you see? Ooh. What are your opinions on non-Asian K-pop debuting? Ooh. I like that. Well, the votes are if they're talented they can debut. Not only Asians. If you have different things to say in the comments. I don't have that much to say. I say if they're talented they can debut because I feel like K-pop is just like Korean pop. But I feel like we're limiting too much. Like we don't really know what K-pop is. Like we just say singing Korean. But like what we see with BTS, they did Dynamite. But like is it really K-pop? Yes, because I feel like K-pop is too limited to one single genre. We should spread it more. But I feel like if an idol that's non-Asian but they're talented, they're fluent in Korean, I feel like that's good, and they have the talent, they can debut. But I feel like they should be fluent in Korean, because you see, it's Korean, it's K-pop, so it's better off if they know Korean, but they don't have to know much. They just have to know the basic. But I feel like even if the idol know Korean, talented and everything, they still get hate. For example, take Lana. I think that's how you pronounce him. I know her talent isn't top notch K-pop, but I feel like her debut was rushed. But I feel like she had more time. People would know about her. People were hating on her because she wasn't Korean or Asian, I guess. But like, if she had a little bit more training, her solo song was actually really good. So I feel like if it starts with the K-pop stands, we need to spread more, because I feel like some people still want Korean only, Asian only. I feel like K-pop stan needs to start spreading more. Well, that's all for this video today, and if you have any other unpopular opinions or just K-pop opinions, leave it down. And if there's anything that I said that you disagree with, or you agree with, and you want to explain why, just leave it down. And yes, I will try to post more, because this is a new channel and I feel like I need to start upping my pace because I'm slow. But anyways, I hope you enjoy this, and make sure you have a great day and keep watching K-pop.